I am Baratunde Thurston, and I enjoyed the Oscars so much on Sunday night. To see the super white La La Land family mid-acceptance speech have to hand over that statue to black people, to like gender non-conforming black people. It was the justice we never get, right? It was like amazing. And I'm so grateful it didn't happen in reverse. Like, can you imagine the Moonlight folks, like, accepting their award 70% of the way through their beautiful speech, like, actually, you gotta give it to the white boys. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, there would be Oscar riots. It would be hashtag Oscar so burnt. Like, it would not be the thing that it was. I'm very happy for the way that turned out. I thought everybody actually performed real admirably on that point. Back in October, I took a vacation. I took my white girlfriend to Spain because I'm fancy, and she had a freak accident. She fell. She broke one ankle. She sprained the other ankle. Exactly. Your face that was my face. She did this, and that's what I had to do because I had to carry this woman and all her bags across Europe. The trip. My love, sorry. I had to carry my love across Europe. No, but it's such an extraordinary test, of Google Translate to be able to survive in Spain and France with like a wheelchair and crutches. And it changed an experience I'd gotten used to in Crown Heights. So normally, she and I walk through Crown Heights, and I'm used to a certain type of reaction from my black sisters who look at me like, there goes another one. There goes another, right? There goes another brother with a white woman. But when you're pushing your white woman in a wheelchair, it changes the inner dialogue. It changes the side eye that you get. Because there is no equivalent statement, there goes another brother with a disabled woman. Like, that is not a thing yet. Like, I'm pioneering that. But we haven't gotten there yet. So her doctor told her she could walk like 4 months ago, but in Crown Heights, I still push her in the wheelchair. Because she needs to know it's not always about you. Like, that's an important lesson. It's an important lesson in a relationship. I overheard a little girl the other week say that when she grows up, she wants to be president. And I laughed. Because she exhibited such a pre-11-9 way of thinking about the world. And I was like, oh, you poor thing. Like, pre-11-9, like, that is great. But after November 9th, like, you really should focus on being pretty. Maybe try to get one of those Slytherin House Malfoy Trumps to like you. It was not the thing. Who here, clap if you know who Isaac Newton is. A round of applause for Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton, inventor of CrossFit. Technically, I mean, if you really think about it. Isaac Newton had a bunch of laws of physics because he invented the whole thing. And so when you invent a whole discipline, like, you can create the laws. And so the third law of physics is to every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Now, this science lesson has a punchline, trust me. So I feel like Isaac Newton explains the election better than white women who voted for Trump, better than like Alex Jones or the Russians, or the Democratic fraud of 3 to 5 million votes. Like, I think when you think about it, like, that works politically as well. For politics, like, to every black president, there is an equal and opposite super terrible white president. We thought we could just get and keep a black president. Like, that is not how the universe works. Like, there's yin and then there's fucking yang. We're in the yang phase now. Because you don't get Barack Hussein Obama. You get 2 out of 3. You can get Barack Obama. You can get Hussein Obama. You can't get Barack Hussein Obama. That tips it over into conspiracy, racist, tiny-handed orange cloud land. Right? And so you get a man who, loves his wife and his daughter in, like, the legal and safe ways. And then you get this other guy whose wife doesn't even want to be in the same city as him and wants to have sex with his daughter. Like, you can't. So it's the natural consequence. It's physics is what I'm saying. Like, Isaac Newton told us years ago, like weeks ago, that that this is how the situation would have to turn out. And when I think about what brought us here, like what led us to this moment, I blame our nerds heavily. Like I blame the upshot and 538. You guys remember seeing the probability? Hillary Clinton has a 1,007% chance of definitely being president. And I think people were so glued to that. You're glued to that like you're glued to like a bad GPS route. Right? You like follow the GPS right off a bridge because you trust the technology instead of actually driving the car. You look out the window, you see Donald Trump is making love to your cousin and telling him like sweet xenophobic, fantasies. It just didn't happen that way. But the good news, like things are starting to turn around. Like when you have a new leader in the world take power and literally 70 nations oppose it, like in 24 hours. Millions of people, half of the gender, stood in opposition to him the day after. Scientists are having a rally. Science is opposed to a president. That's pretty cool. Like what's next? Like people who drink water, like DNA-based life forms. There's not too many left once you get like women and science. There's not too much more in the world that you want to be a part of. But as we start to unfold what happens, like his little coalition of shit is starting to fall apart a bit. These California farmers voted for Donald Trump, and now they're mad because he's deporting their labor. And they realize oranges don't pick themselves. Or it's like a slow realization. But my favorite, there's a story out of South Illinois. This little town in Illinois, 70% voted for Trump. 70%. So first of all, fuck that town. Their Yelp rating is terrible, right? Like if you look up this town on Yelp, it's -3 stars. Like that, and that's, again, Isaac Newton predicted that as well. Scientifically sound rating. It's the only negative star rating on Yelp. So these people, they're really upset because the manager of the Mexican restaurant, Jose Gutierrez Pacheco, has been like detained by ICE. And all of a sudden the police chief, the football coach, like Coach Taylor came out for this guy, the mayor and the prosecutor, and like, we wanted you to get rid of those Mexicans, not our Mexican. Like, what are you doing? And this is what happens when you vote for the dog that shits on your carpet. And they're like, how'd this shit get on my carpet? I don't understand how the shit got on my carpet. So the good news is, we're starting to unify. Like the only thing that could really bring people together is an alien invasion. Like I've studied all the Hollywood films. Like we need an alien invasion because then we work across gender lines and racial lines and religious lines and national lines. And so we have that. We have the orange alien that we've needed to unite us, right? And like women and Muslims and scientists and DNA-based life forms are all coming together to say no more to the orange menace over our society. So I think that's really good. I think that's really good. How are you doing? Yeah, you sure? No, you specifically. Yeah, I don't care about anyone else. I'm just doing like it's a random status check on an audience member I know nothing about. You're good. How are you? I'm actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm motivated. I'm motivated to see what comes out of the next phase that we're in. I'm motivated to see like how you can hold up your cell phone in the back to tell the comedian the time is up. I am motivated to be inside of this library of artifacts that we're in. And I don't know what type of artifacts they are, but I'm very happy to be surrounded by analog technologies for a Facebook Live event. I think that's just a nice high contrast situation. So listen, everybody, enjoy the resistance. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna lose some people, but we always do. Like we're gonna, I mean, like I know that's like a dark joke. We're gonna lose some people, but we're gonna make some great music. No, we're gonna. Like music was getting kind of boring, and now it's about to be turned. And like Snapchat, no one gives a shit anymore. Like I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I do miss the brunch photos, as Katie mentioned. My name is Baratunde Thurston. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you, Pace Magazine. Give it up for all the comics you heard tonight. And Becca, thank you.